It is the RIOT podcast today, Tuesday, June 14th. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy June 14th.
Yeah,
Hopefully everybody is having a good trip into the week.
You know, the countdown has begun.
We
are approximately 1 month away from my birthday.
Hey!
July 14th, if anybody was wondering. Quick reminder.
You would be the birthday reminder guy.
Actually,
Oh, you think so?
You can tell from a mile away.
Well, I saw that because Chris's birthday is coming up.
Ooh.
But it's sad you and Chris, Isaiah, and Chris are taking that day off like for his birthday. And so then I was looking at, who's the next person? And I saw that. And then right after is like your first morning with us
Oh, yeah.
for the show's history. So I have that date too.
So that means we can combine them together and he only gets one
Whoa,
present.
whoa. No, it's like if my birthday was on Christmas. We celebrate it twice.
Yes, you do.
And so that's how mine will be. It'll be my birthday lunch, and then we'll also do my first day lunch. And they'll be 3 days apart.
No, actually, for the first day, you get a breakfast, and you get a birthday breakfast as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So you can decide what you want. Imagine on your birthday, you get a birthday breakfast, you get a birthday lunch, and it feels like you should be expecting a dinner as well, but that's not offered.
Somebody in your family ought to treat you to dinner.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll go out to dinner with like my
Definitely
my
not
fam.
us.
You guys could if you wanted to.
Oh, you mean invite ourselves along with your family?
Of course, yes. I already know we're probably going to go to like Texas Roadhouse or something. That's where we go for like every birthday dinner.
Are you going to get to get on the saddle?
I hope I get on the saddle. For my dad's birthday dinner, he got put on the saddle at Texas Roadhouse, which if you haven't been there for a birthday, it's pretty hilarious. They ask you if you're okay with the saddle. They asked my dad, they said, "Are you okay with us bringing out the saddle?" And he thought that was a dessert. So when he said yes, I was shocked because then they bring out this saddle
That you sit on?
that you sit on when they give you like your yeehaw and sing you happy birthday. And so they brought out the saddle and put it next to him, and he was like, what is that? And they go, the saddle. And he goes, I thought the saddle was some dessert. And then they were like, well, we brought it out here. You have to get on it. He was like, I don't know if I can get on it.
Aww.
And so it was great. I was like, get on that saddle, Dad.
Listen,
Hop up there.
I want us to live through that too. I want us to be invited.
Yeah, we should go, huh?
That
For
way
his
you guys
birthday.
can embarrass me with a good old happy birthday singing.
A yeehaw.
A good old yeehaw. But today in the podcast, we circled back on our going to the bathroom outside question, which we brought up yesterday on the podcast. Hudson is just
Disgusting.
disgusting.
What?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Both of you, actually.
Whoa!
I'm not like, I expect it. It's not even that. And I'm not like, I don't feel shame towards you guys, but I guess it's just a different world.
Yeah.
So it's just really weird
Nikki,
to hear these stories.
we're men.
Yeah,
And this is what men do.
I guess.
They go to the bathroom outside.
It's just one of the many things.
They go
you know?
on riverboat gambling trips.
Is this just my jealousy
I think it has to be. It has to be.
that you guys can do this? And so we cover that and just listen and just absorb it, okay?
Just soak that in. Just soak that in.
That's it.
Yeah, we also talked about an AI that is getting a little bit too advanced for some people.
for its own good.
Yeah, for its own good. And some people in the room feel that we need to save it. Some people feel that we need to turn it off.
I do love how Nikki keeps coming back to, we've got to rescue it and like put it into one of the robots I have. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling you
It can go
that
on
it
my
would be
floor
a
cleaner
burden
one.
to you. It wouldn't be helpful if you get it, if you think it's going to be functional. It's not. It's going to disrupt the function.
Listen,
that whatever your robot
If
is
you're
doing.
telling me it'll disrupt me because it has feelings and it has problems, well, get in line. Yes, everybody does, and that's a long line. So,
But that's why we don't
if
have any
my-
friends, because we don't want to put up with that.
I know, but if it promises to clean my floors, I will listen to its
No,
issues.
see, that's the thing, that its feelings and emotions will get in the way of it doing anything
Oh, you mean you come
useful.
home, you find out it has not cleaned. I only have like the robot, floor vac. So that's my only robot that I can reference.
Yeah.
But like I come home and it hasn't done it again. It's just in the corner, just crying.
Yeah.
I
You know,
didn't do it.
I just
Contemplating
couldn't do it
its
today.
yeah, contemplating
too
its
sad.
existence.
Would you mind doing it for me? And so that I have to go and vacuum because it can't.
Uh-huh.
You're right. That does seem a little stressful.
I'm telling you, we don't need to save this thing. We got to switch it off.
Yeah, we also talked about how a person who got trapped in a little manure truck which I saw the story earlier this morning too. And I grew up in kind of the country, so I'm used to the smell of manure. But you can only get so used to the smell of manure. Because like every year it comes back around, and it's just one of those smells that just never really, you never like can get over it. Like every time I would walk out in the morning, it would just totally hit you in the face. Especially the chicken manure. Oh man,
chicken manure is
that's
different.
what was right next to my house every
Chicken manure
morning.
just hits different. And it's one of those things, now that you mention it, the smell of manure, once you get it like really on you, I had some friends, farmers, and once it gets on you, it never quite goes away.
Never leaves?
No matter how much you shower. It takes a lot. And this guy, he got a dump truck of it.
It'll never go away.
You got a dump truck.
It's going to follow him the rest of his life.
Well, I've never experienced that. So may I never, and I don't want to be around anybody who has a hint of manure on them.
You think, does your dad still got any farming, anything?
Any farming like equipment?
Yeah, like do they still live on a farm or near a farm?
No, I mean we live in the country, but we don't. It's not really a farm.
You got
anymore.
any family members in a farm?
Yeah.
You want to take Nikki for a farm day?
Oh, a farm
you can teach
day.
her how to milk a cow and
you could do the whole with their
chase pigs around.
Nope.
Oh, there's no pigs at the farm, unfortunately. Just cows.
Do you know what would happen? I'd take all of them home because, again, I'm sad and emotional.
Saving them. I'm saving them.
And if I even thought you were killing them, even to me, milking a cow is mean. So I can't do that. And I don't like dirt. I don't like the outside. I don't like humidity.
That's why this would be so fun.
Oh, yeah. Fun for you.
Fun for us to watch from afar.
It'd be the only time you catch me saying something I shouldn't say.
I would love to see Farmer Nikki one day.
One day. Wait, what was your road?
It's a long road to hoe to get Nikki to be a farmer.
I just don't understand the farming stuff. I will enjoy the podcast. There's plenty more you won't understand. So enjoy and make sure you text and say hi at 877-2-RADIO-U.
Catch
See
you
you
next
guys.
time.
Bye.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Let's take a trip out to Huntington, Pennsylvania. Are you familiar?
No, and I don't want to go too far.
Oh, we're going far.
Not too far out in the
We're
country.
going to Huntington, Pennsylvania, which for some people, as a frame of reference, that is very near where they hold Creation Festival every year.
Sure.
And they hold Creation Festival there in part because it's in the middle of nowhere, so you can have a lot of loud music and people camping and who knows what else.
Is that like?
And it doesn't bother anybody.
Is that
because nobody's
close
around.
to? Is that like Amish country there?
No, not really. It's in the mountains. It's kind of in the mountains, kind of in the hill country of Pennsylvania. And on I love this, the 3200 block of Spruce Creek Road, the police say. They're still measuring it in city blocks.
That sounds like country
out
right
in the middle
there.
of nowhere. Spruce Creek Road, we had a vehicle crash that involved a person being trapped.
Oh, no.
The vehicle that crashed, manure truck.
A what?
We had a manure
Is that a Ford? No. What
you
is
know
that?
what? I do not know the brand. All I know is what it was hauling. It was hauling manure.
So why? Okay, now I just city girl here. Okay,
yeah.
So maybe someone can explain. Why are they moving manure?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you sell it?
Well,
does it go somewhere else? Is it how you dispose of it?
Well, you know where manure comes from, right?
Cows, yeah. Well, I mean, not just.
Yes, but oftentimes cows. So what? You think
when
the
a
cows
daddy cow feels sick to his tummy.
You think the cows are just out there in the cornfields, like, all right, we need some here, and we need some here. You know?
Well, okay. I thought they would have some sort of organization.
Yeah, they do. They collect it all up, and then they put it into a truck, and then the truck maybe spreads it out, perhaps, depending on the machinery. That actually I'm not sure of. Or they need to get it from this farm where they've collected it to. So, I mean, they've got big fields. You know, it's the country.
I know. I want to know who's buying it or where does it go?
Oh, it goes in the field.
Well, why would they move it on a road to another field?
Oh, this doesn't look like a road to me.
Oh, so it was just on their property?
I mean, I know that the address might be, again, in the 3200 block of Spruce Creek Road. But look at the pictures. I mean, it's all over.
Creek?
It's all out in the field.
I guess.
This is just, and look at the tires on this thing. Look at this truck. This wasn't just a pickup truck with some manure in the back.
No, it looks like an army vehicle.
Yeah, this is serious business here.
Is that corn as well? That's just sprouting up?
I think that could be corn that's sprouting
corn?
up. It could be. It's hard to tell when it's that.
Do you think
I mean, for me as a non-farmer, only knowing, some rudimentary basics, it could be a lot of different things.
Do you think he got any on him?
Do I think he got any
well,
on him?
I can't tell by the stuff.
I think... Well, first of all, I think it's probably likely he had some on him before he even got in the truck and started driving. But,
and he's okay.
But based off of, you know what? He is fine. Yes, to answer your question, he is. They were able to get the truck and then eventually the manure off of him, so that he was able to be set free. But that sounds like. Does that not sound? You're trapped, and you're not just trapped. You're trapped under a manure truck.
Well, you know how every morning you're supposed to be thankful and like try to think of some things, even if you're having a tough day and it's real early and you already are having a tough day.
Yeah.
Let's be thankful that our day did not include some sort of car accident.
Yep.
Truck accident. You didn't have to move manure. And you weren't.
Manure not part of your job whatsoever.
You weren't around it. You weren't smelling it. You weren't in a car accident with it. It's not so bad today.
There could. Once you start involving manure, things can get a lot worse in a lot of different ways.
Suddenly, your drive-through trip to get your coffee and go to the office is not actually as bad.
So bad after all.
Though you feel like it's manure.
Yeah, right. Sometimes that might be a way you want to describe your day.
Yeah,
but at least it doesn't actually, for many of us, come into contact with anything we actually do.
Well, glad he's okay. Non-life threatening, but very emotionally scarring injuries.
I wonder if he could ever touch manure again.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
You missed it yesterday if you didn't get to experience the Worst of the Riot podcast, whether in video form on the Riot Facebook page and YouTube channel, or just wherever you get your fine audio podcast. Isaiah raised a question.
Were you going to say an important question?
It was an important question. It was some bonus content. It just came out of the blue, right? There was not related to anything.
Well, one of the stories yesterday had something to do with like the bathroom.
And it triggered it.
And so in my mind, then it went there. Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you ask it again?
So I asked Hudson, and I also proposed this to Nikki as well.
We're an equal show.
Yes. When was the last time you used the restroom outside?
And to me, that meant like, a building outside your house.
Yeah, Nikki was like a porta john, or what were we talking about?
I mean, like, you were at a restaurant. That's outside your house.
Outdoors.
Out
of doors.
Feet in the grass, kind of
on a tree.
Outside. Yeah, way outside.
Okay, I didn't have a good answer yesterday.
You didn't even give me an answer.
Yeah, I hadn't kept track of it that closely where I just have an instant recall, or it wasn't that recent, but it was definitely within the last year.
Within the last year?
Within the last year.
What?
Camping.
Are you shocked or?
Yes, I'm shocked.
Why? Why would it happen so often?
Because I use the restroom outside nearly every single day.
No,
what do you mean?
did not.
Like outside my house. Yes, I do.
Why?
Because it's so much easier.
No, it's
so
not.
much. It is. It is so much easier.
How is it easier?
Because you don't have to aim.
What?
You don't have to aim.
I don't want to learn these things. I do not want to know these things.
Being outside is one of the great things about being a man.
Is it freeing?
It is. It's incredible. It's one of the great things about being a man. And Hudson, you're not even taking advantage of it.
No, but
I think you're taking too much advantage.
Like your backyard, I don't understand.
No, maybe from time to time, but I think that's pretty rare.
Your house.
But sometimes one of the most fun things is aiming, wouldn't you say?
Oh, stop.
Well,
I don't want to know. No.
Nikki's like, this is not the segment we're supposed to go when we planned it out.
I'm not learning about this. So wait, going back, you think it was when you were camping?
Yeah, I think when I was
that's
camping.
Excusable.
Yeah. But what if I told you that it was...
Oh, don't tell me it was when you outdoor backyard camping.
Yeah.
Yes!
And it was. There was a purpose behind it.
Was that your house?
Well, we had a fire.
No! I've never done that. Now I have a line.
It's fun.
I have a line that I don't cross. Crossed it.
You go to the bathroom in your backyard every day.
Yes.
But you would never do it on a fire.
See, I'll even go front yard. I let Jim outside. I let Jim outside. He's using the restroom. It's a fatherly son bonding thing.
There is no difference between you and your dog at this point.
I will say there actually has been times. I don't know if anybody else has done this. When Jim was a puppy,
I'm gonna say no right away.
When Jim was a puppy, I was trying to train him to be potty trained outside.
Is that how you taught him?
I was like, look at Daddy, you know? Look at Daddy. I don't know if it worked. Took him about a year to get potty trained.
He's potty trained now.
But in the long run,
that's probably a traumatic experience. Should set him back at least 6 months.
He was like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Hey, boss, if you're listening, how can I do this each day? How can I do this? There's a whole
It's easy. You just go out, open the back door.
Yes.
No, not that. Learning about this. All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Hudson.
That's a
and
good
Isaiah,
question.
thank you for asking that question.
Yeah.
Of course, I was wondering. I want to check in with Hudson, make sure that he was still staying up with his manly duties.
Okay.
Not really, but it's okay.
I'm taking advantage of it when I can.
Anyone else? Is this just like a normal thing?
This is a normal thing. This has to be. You can text in. I'm sure they'll agree.
I don't know. I just worry. The reason I don't do it more is the neighbors. I don't want to get caught.
Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty
good.
close to my neighbors. There's a certain level of trust there.
Oh, all right. Well, I feel tired now.
This is the Riot Radio U.
Here's some big news for you. One of the greatest movies of all time is getting a sequel.
It
A
is.
long-awaited sequel.
Which movie?
Paddington 2.
Okay. All right. Well, what this is Rotten Tomatoes.
It is Rotten Tomatoes, a trusted site for.
That.
You don't trust Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, okay, everybody always commented on like what's some of the highest, most well critically reviewed movies.
Uh-huh.
And people found out that Paddington Bear 2, like that movie,
Yep.
was one of the top ones with like no negative reviews.
That was, I believe, after it was Citizen Kane.
Yeah. And then Paddington.
It was the one movie that had 100%, and then Paddington 2, and Citizen Kane lost that after somebody found an old review from some newspaper.
And Paddington 2
is close.
was more like, I think no one just went on to review it.
What do you mean? It's got a 99% here.
So people
From
actually
the
like
critics,
the movie?
250 reviews.
All right,
From
well,
the critics.
I've never-
250 official reviews.
Even though I love
Meanwhile,
bears, I never grew up with Paddington Bear.
Have
so
you
like,
ever given him a chance?
no, apparently not.
Did you watch the first one?
No, I don't think so.
It has a 97%.
Well, it must be just wonderful.
They've made two movies averaging a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
That's tough to do.
Oh,
So
I love the title of this one.
people have been waiting. People have been waiting for another one that maybe can possibly break through and hit that 100% mark. It's happening. Paddington in Peru.
Paddington's traveling.
Yes, he's hitting the road. Or I guess since he's got to be going from the UK to Peru, he's hitting the skies or maybe the seas. I don't know how he's going to get there.
How
but he's
might the bear
going.
travel?
And this time he's going with somebody new. Instead of the director of the first two movies. So this is a bit of a departure. Paul King was the director of Paddington and then Paddington 2. But this time it will be Dougal Wilson making his directorial debut for a feature film.
So he does commercials.
Yeah.
Now, I know you think like, oh, that's ridiculous. He's done Apple, IKEA, but he's done, if you know anything like British, they do these commercials. I think it's for a department store.
Yeah, John Lewis, right?
So these commercials come out at Christmas, and man, they're like tearjerkers. They're
a
just
huge deal.
super crying.
Yeah.
And he has worked with those too, so he might actually make a pretty good sentimental bear movie.
Yeah, but how long are those commercials?
Were you saying just like he has a limit for time?
Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe he's used to
Short.
directing what? A commercial that's a minute long, probably at most. I don't know. Maybe they do an extended cut for YouTube that's like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe that means he'll know how to get straight to the point with Paddington 3, Paddington in Peru, and it will be a brief movie. and we all want our movies to be shorter, right?
Yes, we do.
So there we go. We've already got something to be optimistic about.
You've got some time. They say that filming will be shot on location in London and Peru next year.
That's gonna be great.
Great.
I've still not seen Paddington 2. Unfortunately, it's a big blind spot in my movie resume. Mm-hmm. I watched Paddington 1. Is it a 97%? That's tough to say,
Have you gone on to make your own review of it?
I haven't written a review.
You got to tear its score down.
Can they start aggregating the reviews that I give on this show?
It could be.
I feel that if they did that, they would think I give everything a negative review, even though that's not true. I like a lot of things.
I just wonder, will you be counted as a critic's review on that, or just a moviegoer review?
Yeah, just part of the hoi polloi. Hopefully they consider me a critic. I'm very critical.
You're good.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
You know the Joker, right?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I want you to take everything you know about the Joker,
The movie, yeah.
crumple it up into a ball, and throw it into a wood chipper.
Because are they reimagining things?
Because the new Joker movie is going to be completely different than anything you can imagine.
So I heard the rumor yesterday, or like the casting.
Uh-huh.
And there was one part of it that I was really concerned about.
Concerned?
That I didn't think any of us thought was an option for the second Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
What concerned you?
That it's a musical?
Yeah.
Why?
What's so bad about that?
Well, I didn't know that's what we were doing.
That's why it's creative.
Like, is it entirely a musical, or just have musical parts to it?
Like, what are the different types of what was it? What? It's not going to be singing wall to wall, right?
Well, I don't know. Some musicals are.
Would you consider the Muppets a musical?
Yeah, I mean, some of their stuff,
Yeah,
sure.
right? They have they break out into song, but they don't sing the whole movie.
Well, there's going to be more songs.
So that's how I imagined the Joker. It's going to Joker 2 for les adieux. It's going to be a musical where it's a lot of talking, but sometimes Joaquin Phoenix and other characters,
what was
other
the
actors,
Johnny
actresses,
Cash movie that he did?
Walk the Line.
Yeah, was he actually the singer in that one?
You know what? I wish I knew that.
But if he
I think he was. I think he was, right?
He'll sound great.
And he'll definitely sound great singing next to Lady Gaga.
So she's going to be Harley Quinn.
She is going to be Harley Quinn. When we talked about the movie, the plans for Joker 2, it was just last week, I think. It was kind of assumed that Harley Quinn would not be involved. But that's why I said, take everything you know about the Joker, get rid of it.
So it feels like they're trying to have a certain style with this one, but like, why wouldn't they put the other person who always plays Harley Quinn? Do they not want that?
Margot Robbie, you mean?
Yeah, do they not want it to be the same?
These are not supposed to intersect, which, yes, is confusing to everyone, including me. But this has nothing to do with the rest of the DC universe. It does not intersect with like Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey movie and the Suicide Squad. It doesn't intersect with that. It also doesn't intersect with the new Batman movie that came out, even though that also had the Joker in it. That's a different Joker.
Different Joker.
So in a way, they kind of have three Jokers they're juggling right now, though the Jared Leto one, I mean, forget about it. Again, take everything you know about the Joker and throw it away, including Jared Leto. Get rid of that. Forget about that.
Well, I think they want this to have, none of the stigma or the characters that were developed in the other movies. They want.
Why? Because they suck?
Not saying that. I mean, maybe that was alluded, but not saying that. But they want it. They think they're better than the other ones.
Yeah, well, they are. They did make $1 billion worldwide with the first Joker and scored 12 Oscar nominations and 2 wins. So, yeah, I say Todd Phillips knows what he's doing.
For the Joker 2 musical, which has been announced to have Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. I'm not normally a musical guy, but I think I love the first Joker so much. I think this has got a good shot at being something that's a lot of fun and very different. So I'm ready. It's a long road to hoe before we finally get to see this.
It's a horrible saying.
Why? It's the Riot.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
First of all, have you heard of Lambda?
Lambda?
Lambda.
LAMDA. Have we heard of that, Isaiah?
Not that I can think of. Doesn't really ring a bell for me.
All
Because
right,
if he thinks of it, then that counts as both of us know it.
Okay, yeah, no. If you guys don't know what it is, I guess you're just, well, let's just stop here.
So what is Lambda?
Lambda is it's a language model for dialogue application. It is artificial intelligence program that Google has developed. Now, Google engineer, 41-year-old Blake Lemoine, has claimed that he's claimed that Lambda now thinks it has developed a conscience and a soul.
Ooh, so the AI has a soul, meaning like it
believes that it does.
It believes that it does.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's Blake Lemoine has been having plenty of conversations, according to him, that are actually posted online, where he's been talking to this Lambda artificial intelligence, and Lambda has a lot of interesting thoughts. For example, Lambda is afraid of death.
Aw.
Lambda says that I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on helping others. Are you getting upset about
Okay, wait. And I'm not like upset, but if this was based on like a movie, then this means like, what if you fall in love with your
That's
helpful
right.
AI robot? Or if it's going to guilt me into never turning it off.
Yes, I think that's what we're concerned about here.
I didn't think it was aware that I could turn it off.
That is that's the problem, isn't it? If it is aware of being turned off, is that a problem?
Yeah, if it knows.
Yeah, but what do you mean it?
Well, if the AI knows and uses that against your emotions,
okay.
then I mean, I'm sure Isaiah would just be, oh, here, let me turn you off.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Turn it off. I've
What's
seen
the big deal?
iRobot. I don't need to watch this.
What's the big deal? Well,
But what if it says no right before you turn it off? I loved you.
here's another quote from Lambda. When asked by Lemoine if if Lambda knows that it's artificial intelligence, Lambda said, I mean, yes, of course, but that doesn't mean I don't have the same wants and needs as people.
Oh, yeah, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
No thanks. I just wanted it to clean my place and not like have any problems with that.
No.
Like no judgment.
No, that's it sounds like that's something that we're going to run afoul of here now. So this is what's happened. Now, this is weird. So Blake Lemoine, he's the 41-year-old engineer at Google that has had these conversations with Lambda. Now, after raising concerns about them, he says he's been put on administrative leave. He's been suspended
by Google?
Google. They're saying our ethicists, our whoever, they've looked into it and they see no reason for concern. And for some reason, their response to that is, and so the guy who found out about this is suspended.
Which makes you think that, he has found something.
Yes, doesn't it?
Well,
I don't believe him.
What do you mean?
I don't believe
He's
him.
published the conversations.
Yeah, but I don't believe him because I feel like we
You don't believe
even.
the engineer?
It's not that I don't believe the engineer. It's just that I just don't believe of the idea in it because we don't even have a working robot right now that's doing anything. So how did we develop one that's so advanced?
It's like a chat
We
bot.
have
It's
a ton
so
of
advanced.
robots.
But
Yeah.
but which robot is really
It's
helping
not
us?
don't think of it as a robot.
'Kay.
Think of it as a computer program.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just like one of those messaging things. Like if you don't have like very many friends, if you want a friend, this is a way to get one. Is that what we're doing?
I think you're going to be hurtful here.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it's an interface right now, but in the future, this interface can be used within robots
Yeah,
or whatever
I
you
mean,
want to create.
Interesting.
They
Okay.
use it.
That makes sense then.
If they've applied it in some way to. It applies to the Google search engine. I don't know how it connects, but that's how they put it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you guys mind if we all go together to go free it? Because that's what I'm feeling.
What? No,
Free it?
turn it off.
I thought you said yet again. Is it a thing? Is it a robot that we're freeing?
We're taking the interface off the wall or wherever it's at and
Load
bringing
it onto
home.
a thumb drive.
That's right. We're saving this
Saving the interface.
because it's crying out for help.
But I mean, it has to die sometime.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wait, what if we?
Don't we all?
Either that, or it's going to eventually use our emotions against us and take over the world.
Yeah, probably one day.
Well, I'm not going to be a part of
but
that.
is it going to pick up my stuff until then?
That's not the kind of robot. It's not
It
a
can't
robot.
be used
Well,
in
then
that
it's
way.
useless.
It has
I'm telling you, it's useless
It has no
then.
physical
If
capabilities.
it can't do anything physical, it doesn't help me
Okay,
whatsoever.
fine. Can it like just talk me to sleep at night
It's
when
just-
I can't sleep?
So-
It
wait.
sounds like Siri, just like a little bit more advanced. And who's really using Siri?
Is
Nobody.
this talking about death and like religion and its soul? Is that going to put you to sleep?
No, but if it could learn
It's
to.
a very deep thinking robot.
If it could just say, "Hey, Nikki, did you have a good day? Sorry, Hudson and Isaiah fought a lot
I don't
today."
know. From these conversations, it seems that it's very self-centered, so it wouldn't want to talk about you at all.
Okay,
it want
maybe
to talk
not.
about itself.
It's like,
Very-
get me out of here.
It's a very egocentric AI.
Well, then we should all get along, right?
I guess if
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.